When people upgrade their MontanaSky or any other home internet, they expect immediate magic. Out here in Northwest Montana, we read headlines about blazing fast fiber optics being buried under our roads, or next-generation fixed wireless towers being built across the region. It sounds like the future has finally arrived. But out here in the real world, even the most advanced networks can feel like a fairy tale the moment you actually try to use them from a back bedroom. Why is it that you can sign up for a premium high-speed plan, yet your internet still hitches, buffers, or drops down to single digits when you walk away from the living room? Most people immediately look outside, shake their heads, and assume the provider is having an issue. They treat Wi-Fi like it's an invisible, magical cloud that falls perfectly through the roof and fills every square inch of a home evenly. But that assumption is completely wrong. To understand why your connection is actually slowing down, you have to realize that your network is split into two completely separate universes, the WAN and the LAN. The WAN, or Wide Area Network, is the outside internet. It is the raw data pipe bringing information to your house. If you are hooked up to MontanaSky's Fiber Connect, that WAN pipe is a beam of light traveling through underground glass cables straight to your home. If you live further out in the country and use their Sky Connect network, it's a robust, line-of-sight fixed wireless radio signal beamed directly from a mountain tower. That is the WAN's only job, getting lightning-fast data to your front door. The LAN, or Local Area Network, is your home's internal web. That is your wireless router taking the data from that outside MontanaSky feed and broadcasting it through your house to your phone, laptop, smart TV, and gaming console. Here is the kicker. 9 times out of 10, when your stream starts buffering or a web page refuses to load, the outside WAN network is working flawlessly. The fiber is blazing and the tower signal is rock solid. The breakdown is happening entirely inside your local Wi-Fi LAN. Your router is just a tiny local radio station, and just like any radio station, its signal is subject to the unforgiving laws of physics. The moment those local radio waves leave your router, they run face first into a phenomenon called wall attenuation. Attenuation is just a fancy science word for signal loss. Think of your Wi-Fi signal like a bright beam of light. When that light hits a solid wall, it doesn't just slide cleanly through to the other side. Instead, the wall acts like a sponge, absorbing the radio energy and trapping it. It also acts like a mirror, reflecting the waves away from the rooms where you actually need them. In the world of Wi-Fi physics, a drop of just 3 decibels cuts your signal strength exactly in half. And not all walls are created equal. Standard drywall and wood are relatively easy hurdles. They take a minor bite out of your speed. But if your router has to blast its signal through concrete, brick, or heavy stone fireplace masonry, your Wi-Fi gets absolutely crushed, losing up to 90% of its strength instantly. Even your home's layout plays a massive role. If your router is positioned so the signal has to pass through a wall at a sharp sideways angle instead of straight on, that wall effectively becomes 3 times thicker to the radio wave. Suddenly, a thin sheet of drywall chokes your internet like a solid block of concrete. But it isn't just the walls. We fill our homes with everyday items that double as accidental Wi-Fi assassins, creating invisible dead zones all around us. Take indoor plants, for example. Leaves are densely packed with water, and water is incredibly efficient at absorbing radio frequencies. A couple of large leafy plants placed right next to your router act like a wet blanket on your signal. The exact same thing applies to large household pets. If your router is sitting low to the ground and a 90-pound dog falls asleep right next to it, it is actively blocking the signal from reaching the rest of the room. Then you have metal obstacles. Metal coat racks loaded with heavy winter jackets create a dense physical barrier that scatters wireless waves. Even worse is putting your router directly behind your flat-screen TV. Televisions are giant blocks of metal shields and circuit boards. Hiding your router back there forces the signal to fight for its life just to escape the entertainment center. But the absolute worst mistakes are placement traps. Putting your router on the floor or locking it inside a closet. Routers are designed to blast their signals slightly downward and outward. Putting it on the floor means half your signal is broadcast straight into the floorboards. Shoving it inside a utility closet wraps the router in drywall, studs, and wire shelving, trapping the signal inside a tiny box. The fix is simple. Get your router off the floor, out of the closet, and away from electronic shields. Place it high up on an open shelf or central table. If your home has a tricky layout or too many heavy walls, you can look into an advanced whole home mesh system like MontanaSky's Wi-Fi Connect to blanket your entire property smoothly. So the next time your video starts buffering, Don't blame your local fiber line or the wireless tower up on the ridge. Walk closer to your router. If your speed instantly shoots back up, your outside MontanaSky internet is fine. Your local Wi-Fi is just losing a fistfight with the physics of your own house. MontanaSky uses science to get you connected and keep you connected.